Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And we're still in that will they, won't they energy, the reconciliation story. Will the Parkles be back as working royals? Will they be half in, half out? Will they never set foot in Britain again? All of that stuff as a result of that balcony scene at the Royal Overseas League in London. Very recently, and there seems to be a PR war going on, and that's what I'm looking at today with the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. PR war, I say, because we've heard two conflicting stories in the last few days. The first, we are never coming back to Britain. That was put out a few days ago, and then there's another story about back on the balcony in 2 years. We're going to look at the back and the balcony story. In the next reading, we're going to look at the we're never coming back story in this one. It's interesting. Meredith Maines did her little tour of London recently, and since then, some journalists have been putting out or pumping out a very obvious narrative. And the first one was, of course, Charlotte Griffiths. And then we've got Valentine Lowe in the second story we're going to be looking at in the next reading. But this story doesn't come from Charlotte Griffiths. It comes from Alison Bossoff. And she tells us in the Daily Mail that Harry has no plans ever to move back to Britain. Friends of Harry and Meghan have told her that the couple are very happy in California and are never likely to return. So in other words, all that BS about reconciliation and we'd love to do some light royaling again for a handsome fee, all just not even relevant, and forget about that. Never happened, not interested, we never said that. That kind of story sounds very Meghan Markle to me. So I'm going to have a look at it. I'm going to ask who decided that they're never coming back, and why are we being told this? Because it sounds like it's almost trying to undermine Harry's attempts to get back in, even half back in. So he's trying to run interference or undermine Harry's little attempt. We're going to look at Meghan and Harry individually and ask how they feel about so happy in California, never moving back to the UK, not interested. I'm going to ask if this slightly different spin is a response to the palace's kind of indifference. They didn't say, oh, we can't wait to reconcile, Pa can't wait to meet Harry at Balmoral, or to the public's rejection. The public was very hostile to the notion of a reconciliation and Harry and Meghan back in Britain as royals, or even just back in Britain. The Daily Mail comments were steaming. There was no love lost there. Maybe a bit shocking to the bitter prince and his manipulative madame wife. And then we're just curious. Out of curiosity, I'm going to ask the final two questions in this particular reading. What's Charlotte Griffiths up to, and what's Meredith Maines up to? Just curious, because this is all PR. This is all spin, and it's frenetic at the moment, and also incredibly contradictory. So we're going to try and figure some stuff out today. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Cups. That's Harry on his mission to get half in. I don't think he wants wholly back in. I think he wants to be able to surf and lie on the carpet and smoke his bong, and also do some light balcony waving and all of that stuff. Laying wreaths, pinning his medals to his chest. Yes, being sarcastic and snarky. And this is tarot for fun and entertainment. All my opinions, all speculation. Just reading energy here today. And there is, of course, a disclaimer in the box below. So what do we have? We are never coming back. You might want us to, but we can't be bothered. It's kind of that vibe. Justice in reverse. I've seen this card a lot lately. There's something about justice, there's something about bargaining that I haven't expressed enough, and I'm going to express it now. It's the mediation energy that we've been getting. It's the lawyers, it's the We want what's our due, and we might even sue the royal family if we don't get what's our due. I think that they've realized that they're not going to get mediation. They're not going to get that kind of balancing of the scales with that Justice card in reverse. That is how that is reading for me. So let's get to the actual reading situation. We are never coming back. I've got the 10 of Swords and it's in reverse. Extra, extra. Ruin. The end. Nobody wants you. You are finished. You are done. It was very clear. However much the British press were trying to spin, however much they've been paid or encouraged or whatever, I don't know, I'm speculating, of course, to push this reconciliation narrative after the balcony scene was leaked to the Daily Mail, cough, cough, leaked. Nobody's falling for it. Nobody cares, nobody wants them. And there it is, 10 of Swords. That's very Harry energy. Harry's done, he's finished. He did his little walking in the landmine, the minefield, and meeting the Angolan president and schmoozing and see how important I am. I had a reception at the British Embassy, and it's got a lot of people, commentators, and got them quite wound up, all indignant. Oh, see, you know, he really is already a working royal, and this is all a conspiracy, and we're being fooled and tricked and all that stuff. No, no, no. He was a last-minute shoo-in, his little pathetic speech, nobody cared. I got to shake hands with the president and have a photo opportunity. 10 of Swords in reverse, Justice card in reverse. He didn't get what he wanted. And he's done, he's finished. His goose is cooked, to coin a phrase. So let's see who's behind this "we are never coming back" a story that shot out very soon after this whole, you know, we're reconciling. 9 of Wands in reverse, the bruised and battered card, and the exhausted and defeated energy just can't anymore. Interesting, because I would have thought that it would have been really Megan energy in this. It's not reading as only Megan, it's reading also as Harry's energy. I'm surprised by this. And possibly the Valentine Lows and the Charlotte Griffiths and the whatever haven't coordinated themselves properly and haven't got their stories out at the right time. It's the only way this makes sense to me, because the Valentine Low back on the balcony in 2 years landed today in the Times, and this story popped up in the Daily Mail a couple of days ago. They're done, and they know they're done. And when I say they, I mean Harry and Meghan. With that 9 of Wands in reverse, it's the collapse card. It's the finished, so damaged you can never recover card. Upright, we're making our last stand. We're fighting on, despite all our wounds and our injuries. But it's in reverse, both of them. I think they were really shocked at the response of the public in particular. We're going to check that, of course, in this reading. Let's have a look at why the story came out. I thought that it was a Meghan story and that it was to run interference. If the has-been was angling at getting back in as a half-in, half-out royal, she was having none of it and she was trying to undermine it. But why? Let's not prejudge the story. 9 of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. That's the independent card. That's the financially independent card. We got 2 9s, we got a 10, and then we've got 2 9s. And 9s are penultimate energy, almost done. And they're both terrible. They're both failure cards. The 9 of Wands got no fight left. Can't carry on. And the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse is can't make it on their own. They can't manage their finances. They've failed to be independent. They completely contradict. The energy of these 2 cards completely contradict. We're never coming back. We're so happy in California. We're never coming back. The fact is, they are broken, they are ruined, they are finished, they are financially ruined, they are finished. They've got no legs left to stand on. They've got no money in the bank. They are broken. They are destroyed. And this is just bravado. Oh, we're fine in California. We're so happy. You know that kind of, I'm so happy. Yes, the tears are streaming down. I'm fine. No, you're not. They're both broken. And this is bravado. Didn't think it, but it's bravado. So, let's have a look at Megan. And so happy in California, she'd never go back to Britain. What's that? How happy are you in California when you get the 10 of Cups in reverse? This is the maximum expression of unhappiness. 10 of Cups in reverse. Another 10, another desperately bad card. The marriage is failing. The narrative of, look, see, I'm this wonderful homemaker in Montecito with my jam and my, rosé and all the rest of it. Nonsense. I think they're desperate to be saved and they don't know what to do. How's the has-been? So happy in California, never want to come back. I've got the Sun. He's the one who wants the attention. He's the one who wants to be back as a working royal. She's broken and finished and destroyed. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse. He wants back in. He wants desperately for that attention. He wants to be the most important person at some gathering. He doesn't want to be an afterthought in Angola at some reception at the British Embassy. Oh yes, okay, you can make a 5-minute speech. We're all yawning, falling off our chairs. Wants to be Mr. Important. He's not happy in California. He wants back. He wants the good old days, the Sun. Normally, I would get that card for her. So interesting. I put her first in this little column. I made very clear with upstairs that that's what I was doing, so I know exactly who I'm reading on there. Let's have a look now at this. Is this a response to the royals, like, over my dead body, or are you coming back? How did they feel about the coolness, the froideur? 4 of Swords. They did not expect to get such coldness from the royals when they staged this meeting, leaked this meeting. They, of course, were meeting with King Charles's communications secretary. Did not expect that the royals were all like, oh no, over all of our dead bodies, basically. So a shock, I think. A mutual shock. I thought this was all Meghan's PR. A real shock. How about the public's horror at the prospect of a reconciliation and outrage? How about that? We've got the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is mysteries and secrets and silence. And I think that they thought they could influence this in subtle ways, subtle energetic ways. This card for me always has that vision board energy, and Mummy Diana, and we're going to communicate with her and we're going to manifest it, and Meghan's Diana too, and visions and chanting and manifesting and whatever light bit of occult work possibly is done. My speculation, it's a strong word. I'm not accusing her of doing anything untoward or anything dark particularly, but I think they're surprised that that didn't manifest in the way they thought it was going to manifest. For me, it's very much a hypnosis. It's a kind of an influence card, and the silent influence didn't work the way they wanted it to, even though that card is upright. I get a very strong desire to influence the public in that card. And of course, Charlotte Griffith's all over the place. And suddenly gone quiet. And then Valentine Lowe all over the place. Influence. The High Priestess. That subtle influence that the public's not supposed to figure out. But the public, not so sleepy, not so naive, not so gullible anymore. Meghan has woken them up to her machinations, in my opinion. And having mentioned Charlotte Griffiths, and the snoring in the background is Tess after a very busy day. Where are we with that? What's she up to? What's her game? Anything universe wants to tell us? Harry. Rehabilitation of Harry. Knight of Wands. There it is. That's his energy. It's the overseas card. It's the wandering prince. It's the PR. It's the spin. It's the I want half in, half out. I want to be restored. I want to look like Mr. Important. The sun over there. Apparently her husband has some connection to Harry's social circle. That I'm just repeating gossip that I have heard. No idea if that's true or not. But that's where it's coming from. And she's been quite busy in this sphere before. She tried this trick about a year ago and didn't work that time. It looks like it's not going to work this time either. How about Meredith Maines? What's her game? What's she up to? Her thing. And we got the Six of Pentacles. She's basically trying to restore them, trying to get them half in, half out. Very much a half in, half out card because it's about share and share alike energy. The Six of Pentacles. Not going to work. Justice in reverse. It's already done. It's decided. No, you're not going to get that thing. But she's trying this. She's trying it because there's nothing left for them. And why is there nothing left for them? There's nothing left for them. 9 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. 10 of Cups in reverse. The only hope is this giant sun staring at me. It's the only good card here, really. That's what they're clinging to. That's what Harry wants. Harry wants this half in, half out thing. Wave on the balcony at the nice fun gigs. A bit of light roiling wherever in the world. And all is wonderful in his life. All is restored. His status is restored. His money is restored. All of that stuff. But no chance. Justice in reverse. Not going to happen. 10 of Swords in reverse. He's trying to resurrect himself in this scenario. So it's not. This is not a Megan scenario only. I thought it was. My mistake. It's more complicated than that. But anyway, there it is. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.